Yes, welcome back to the Sports Show. Well, Baz, it has been an interesting week in hockey. You know, they say a week's a long time in sport.
Oh dear.
Our next guest, Peter Churack, the CEO of hockey here in South Australia. I think it's been a pretty big week for you.
It's been a big week.
Mate, appreciate you finding the time to come in. Now, we know the Northern Territory advised about a week ago that they're not going to compete in the new revamped hockey league, and that's left hockey South Australia in a fairly big hole, about 100,000 shy of where they need to be. So how long have we got to get this 100,000 to make sure we're ready to go?
Well, Hockey Australia have advised us that they really need a commitment from us by the 26th of March.
26th of March, that's 6 days.
Check the
Yes,
date.
it is.
Yeah, right.
So,
Why so? I suspect that the season will...
well, the season start with the original was a launch date that was to coincide with our last Pro League match, which was last weekend here.
Yeah,
So they want to move, and to be fair to other states, they want to be able to get out there and market and do the launch and all their names, etc. So yes, it's a critical period. We've got to get to a fair way to that $100,000 commitment for us to commit. The funding that's not the total funding. The funding is about $240,000 we need to raise. So it's imperative we get out there. We've started a major campaign on our website. There's donates, and I'm on the phone almost all the time, and so is my staff, particularly Nadine, talking to leads we've got from the community, and you know, I've been very heartened by the response so far. You know, to be frank, we've probably got around 35,000 already. So we just need to get across that magical figure.
Okay, when you talk about the revamped league, what is different now?
Previously it used to be a tournament, so you'd go to Perth, for instance, where it was held the last 3 years, and you'd play each other twice in the course of a tournament style. We're trying to rebrand it, take hockey home, which is also the view, you know, part of the catch cry for the Pro League, which is the new international version. We have Australia, as you've seen. So we'll be playing, if we're involved, we'll be up to 3 matches in Adelaide, and certainly I'd hope we get 3 matches in Adelaide, and then we would be playing 3 matches in other states.
In other states,
So obviously there's a massive travel cost, etc. It also has opportunities to broadcast and to stream, which has been picked up on
we can't not be in this. SA can, you know, as soon as I saw this story, Phil, and I looked at it and I thought, wow, no. It reminded me of the Adelaide Lightning thing, which I was the same.
Oh, no.
No, this can't happen. They've been an icon of a team.
Well, history's rich with hockey in South Australia.
Well, exactly right. We've had Olympians, and plenty of them. But it just hit me straight away. No, this can't happen to hockey. We need to get hold of this. When the Northern Territory pulled out, you're saying it was about a week ago?
A little bit longer than that. We sort of got the inkling, but yeah.
Okay. How long had they had in the lead up before they pulled out? This is the question, because you would have been okay.
In the in-principle agreement we had, we would have been it would have been tight for us, and it's an expensive new thing. But you know, I don't want to push and blame against Northern Territory because they were relying on some government funding, which from what I understand from them, didn't happen. Hasn't happened. And so, and the new CEO came in place, so there was a rejig and everything else. So that's just what's happened. We just need to get on and do what we need to do.
It doesn't give you a lot of time, though,
no, it doesn't.
You know?
And it's, but yeah, again, as I say, heartened by the sort of responses I'm getting. And you know, we're getting lots of prominent hockey players rallying around. The Olympians have just formed a group themselves, our ex-Olympian hockey players.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Pushing forward with that. We're talking to businesses, but of course the time frame's so tight for business. And they always require, you know, justification for their dollars. So that'll probably be the next stage of where we go. But we've got to get to a critical mass to put our hand up and say we're in, without affecting all the other services we have to do. We have to deliver for our regions. We have to develop for our driving participation, etc., etc. So
it's not like there's nothing else happening, Pete. So the launch, the start of the season is this week as well.
This weekend.
While we're trying to get off to a good start on the launch over here, we're trying to raise $100,000. We've got development programs and pathways happening everywhere. So it's not like everything just stops and says we just put our focus on this 100,000. And you've mentioned that the South Australian public have been pretty good in their support so far. What do you reckon the key is to getting you in a place where you can make the phone call and go, yeah, we're good to go?
Well, I think it's my community, not just, I really appreciate the contribution you might make as an individual. But give me the name of somebody else. And then I'll follow through. And we as an organisation will follow through. I think there's great opportunities. Hockey's a great dual gender sport. Age, you know, my father still plays. And so you've got that link as well. And I think it's imperative that we touch everybody who might be involved with it and give us something. We've opened up a donation page on our webpage where you can
How do we
donate
get to
money.
that? How would the viewers get to that?
Just go to the Hockey SA webpage, which is just hockeysa.com.au, and you'll see the link. It's the major part, and then there's a donate section in that. And there'll also be
Hockey.com.au.
Hockey SA.
Hockey SA. Okay, hockeysa.com.au.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll get you to the
That'll
webpage
get
if
you
you
to
want
the-
to
Yep.
contribute.
Worst comes to worst here, and we don't go in. What happens then? What happens next year? What happens? Do we get another crack?
Well, the powers that be who are running this have not guaranteed us an opportunity to enter in 2020. I would be extremely disappointed with South Australia's rich history and the quality of players that are already coming through our system that wouldn't be given to us.
Yeah.
But that's not guaranteed at this point. So we would definitely push hard. No, the secret for us is to push hard now and get certainly to that point and go to the powers that be, Hockey Australia, and say, look what we've done in a week. We wouldn't have got there, but look what we've done.
Yeah.
And then say, give
Gives
us
a bit of wiggle room.
Give us a
Yeah,
wiggle
yeah.
room.
It's a really difficult one too, because if you don't get in, then the players sit here and go, well, I need to play in the best competition. So suddenly it has that domino effect, doesn't it? You start losing the good players that bring other players to the game.
We already lose players to Perth where the national
Yes,
programs
of
are
course.
placed because the temptation to play in the local league in front of the national coaches when we go around is very strong.
Yeah.
And that has a snowball effect, you know.
Yes.
So our competition here is not as strong as it should be.
Yeah.
We need to, one of our key aims is to lift that local competition, our Premier League, to a higher standard.
Yeah. Wow.
The launch this week
Yes,
for the Premier League, mate?
at State
All-
Hockey Centre starting
Yep.
at 12:30.
Yep.
Come down and see our newest Olympian and Mickey Spano having a run around for her new club, Adelaide. So, there's a replay of last year's grand final, which will be between Port Adelaide Hockey Club in the women and Adelaide. So that'll be a great
Oh, that
match.
will be an interesting one.
Yeah. It's always look. It's always been a good, strong sport here, hockey, which is why it got me. Which is why you look at it and go, "Come on, folks, let's get behind this one."
Well-
Just like they did with Lightning. Let's get behind this. Get them up. Get them over the line.
Well, when you think about the fact that Australia are world champions,
Yes.
Bingo.
and we've got 3 or 4 players, you know, it's a pretty good pedigree.
It's a really interesting one too. 'Cause I was just saying to Barry before you came on, I was walking down the beach last week and I bumped into a girl who was backpacking around Australia and she was from Holland. And the second question she asked me was about hockey. How popular is hockey here compared to hockey in Holland? So now you're talking on the international stage as well. So
We had we had a Dutch guy come to play for us in last year's AHL.
yeah.
Styles are different, and probably our depth wasn't the same, but he could certainly see the opportunities to build. And he played so well he probably won't be back because he'll be in the national squad. But we're hoping to establish a relationship with Holland to get some players out to assist us. You just need those key players. sometimes.
Sure you do.
Hey, Pete, we really appreciate your
Good luck,
time
mate.
coming
Thank
in.
you.
I know you're under pressure, mate, to raise $100,000. Get onto hockeysa.com.au. It is worth supporting. It is a great sport, hockey, and we certainly need South Australia in that new
We
competition.
certainly need them in. Yeah.
Stay with us. Still a bit more to talk about.
Thank you.